If you have not been living under a rock for the past few years, I'm sure you have heard the terms minimalism versus intentional living. I am not a minimalist, but I do live intentional. And let's talk about what that means and what that entails today. Hey everybody, I'm Tia, and if you're new to my channel, I make positive lifestyle content. Let's discuss minimalism versus living intentional. Minimalism is about decluttering, getting rid of things, and having minimal distractions to your space or things like that. Living intentional is about purpose and things that align with your values, and that falls over into minimalism also, but intentional doesn't necessarily mean you're getting rid of everything. It's just that you're keeping the things that really have some value to you and things that you hold near and dear. I thought that I was a minimalism, but then I realized I like things. I don't like a lot of things. I don't like clutter, but the things I do have, I want to make sure that they align with what I stand for, my values, the lifestyle that I'm trying to live, and things like that. I'm not here to tell you one is right or wrong. I'm just here to let you know the difference. Minimalism, declutter, minimal things, easy, simple living space. Intentional living, things that are aligning with your values, things that you know you're going to use, not necessarily getting rid of everything. I am like this because I just realized I didn't want to get rid of things. Now, I have done a huge decluttering or whatnot, and actually before our last move, we got rid of a lot of things. So when I went home to visit, I was pleasantly surprised at how cleaning the house was, because I was going under thought that I was going to have to do a lot of cleaning, but my husband's like, we don't have anything, it's easy to pick up. I'm okay with that. But then the things we do have are the actual things we use. But all that to say, we have done a lot of decluttering and gotten rid of a lot of things, but instead of getting rid of some things, we did choose to keep them because we do use them and they do make our life easier or whatnot. And the way I think about it is everything that I bring into my home, buy for myself, I receive, it requires some form of my attention. And I know some people don't like to hear that, but it does. It has to be maintained. It has to be clean. I need to be a good steward of it. I need to be appreciative of it. It requires my attention and it requires my energy. And it comes to a point where you just get tired of giving so much stuff to your energy. And there's so many ways you can implement intentional living into your life, as well as minimalism. I know for minimalists, one of the big things they do are things like a capsule wardrobe, where they might have a capsule wardrobe for the winter, where they have a few pair of jeans, some dresses, coats, capsule wardrobe for the summer, dresses, shorts, things like that. And the same thing for the other seasons. As far as intentional living, I might buy a few quality pieces over time as opposed to fast fashion. But if you take care of your things or you're a good steward of it, even some of the fast fashion lasts. I've had some things for years. And again, it's about me being intentional with my time, my money, my energy, and just the things that I am bringing into my home. Something else for minimalism, I've seen some families where they only have enough kitchen set just for them. Just being intentional about the things you have in your kitchen, or how much of something you have, or not necessarily things that are hard to clean, just to make it again, how are you focusing and pouring into that item because it requires something of you. I think one of the positive aspects when it comes to minimalism and intentional living is its ability to help you focus. I don't like clutter. When there is a lot of clutter, it is hard for me to focus, but in reducing visible clutter, it's much easier. And it's not saying that I just take all the crap and hide it in a closet or somewhere, because I like to open a closet and I like to be able to see what's in it and understand what's going on. But I don't think we realize how much clutter and just the things we have around us adds to our ability to focus or not focus, the amount of stress that we feel, our overall energy. It can get chaotic or whatnot. That's why I like to have things nice and picked up. And again, a clutter-free environment to the best that I can. And I'm always going through trying to get rid of things. This isn't just about clothes or furniture or things in the home, but even our medicine cabinet. Every season I go through and I'm getting rid of old medicine, and then I'm switching out for the seasonal medicine, so for allergies and things like that. But this applies to so many assets and facets of our life that it can make a huge difference in our overall well-being. I love the fact that this intentional living piece has really gotten me to ask, is that important? Do I really need it? How will it fit into my life? Again, I'm making sure that it aligns with my values, that I'm going to use it, and that it's not just going to be something else I have to maintain that I don't want to maintain. And I'm like this even when I'm like giving gifts and everything. How is this person actually going to use it? Or is this just going to be something that gets put in a closet somewhere? And let me tell you, I am a kitchen gadget girly. I love a good kitchen gadget. And I want a juicer. I want the Wheel juicer, and I'm going to get it. But also, part of me knows that I have not gotten it because, in making sure that it aligns with my lifestyle, I want to make sure that I'm continuing on this juicing journey, and I'm using everything that I have and to the best of my ability to make sure that once I get this, my other things are not either going to go by the wayside or it's just going to become something else that I have to maintain. I want to make sure that when I bring in this item to my life, my home, that I'm giving it the right amount of energy when it comes to its maintenance, and I'm being a good steward of it. You've decided that you wanted to embark on either a minimalism journey or a living intentional journey, and you're really just trying to find a place to start. Do not feel obligated to do what everyone else is doing. One thing that we don't talk about is the emotional attachment we have to things, especially me, using me as an example. We, in the military, you get like a lot of plaques, or like you have unit t-shirts and like coins and everything. And sometimes it might be hard to get rid of that stuff. Like the plaques, I'm not going to get rid because people put thought into that or whatnot. But like the t-shirts and everything, you may not want to get rid of that, and you may have to like go through the emotional aspect of actually parting way of things. Have you guys seen that show Hoarders? Like, those people have a hard time getting rid of their things, and as you begin to get rid of things, just be cognizant that you might feel some type of way about getting rid of those things. Like, I know when I do declutters, I have to go in like guns a-blazing, because if I think about it, I'm going to start thinking about all the sentimental things that went with it, or well, what if I go to this event because that's where I was planning on wearing this to, or what if I do that, or what about this, or this, and that. Go start at your own pace and think about the emotional impact that it may have on you. And I said before, don't compare yourself to others. There are some people who've been on this minimalism journey for years and they have it down to an absolute science. Give yourself grace and start where you're at. And then when you're living intentional, when you're out in Target or the dollar store, which I'm guilty of, and you're like, oh, this is so cute and I can use it for this, just ask yourself, 1, are you really going to use it for that? 2, what does the maintenance look like for it? 3, where are you going to store it? 4, how long will you actually use it for? And then 5, will it bring you joy in future years? Some quick questions off the top of my head, and I honestly have to ask myself that because it's so easy to get lost in the dollar section or the quick sales. Oh, TJ Maxx is another one, or whatnot. Because like me, I like to do coffee bar setups for like my kids for each holiday. But do we need decor for every single holiday, or can we reuse some things like red, white, green, blue throughout the entire year? And I'm pretty sure those colors align with just about everything, minus pastels for Easter. But again, just working through the process and thinking about how you're going to use it, how much of your time will it require, how will you care for it, and where you're going to put it. Overall, even though minimalism and living intentional are separate things, they both aim to create an ease of life and to make your days easier, more smoother, and open up your time, because time is that one valuable and precious resource that we just don't get more of. Once it's gone, it is absolutely gone. That's one reason why I'm really focused on living intentional and being very cognizant of what I bring into my home and what I do with it. Have you guys heard of Maximalist? I think that's how you pronounce it. Maximalist. And those are the people who love all the things and bring all the things in. And that is fine and dandy. I really wish I had like the personality to do that type of stuff, because some of it's really cute. I see them like decorated in these bright fun colors, and they have the big vase over here and like the fluffy couch over there. One thing about me is I'm very simple. I am absolutely okay with just like a very neutral palette, if you guys cannot tell. Like, I think about like jazzing it up and everything, but at the end of the day, I'm okay with neutral. Like, but I mean like the bold bathrooms with the Maximalists, they are living their best life over here or over there. And I'm not here to knock them down. I fully support it, because at the end of the day, what are we going to do? We are going to do what is best for us. I'm going to do what's best for me, and you're going to do what's best for you. If you have been living under a rock, then you would not have heard of minimalism or intentional living, but it's like all the craze. But again, what we have to talk about is all the aspects that come with that. And I'm talking the emotional detachment, the trying to fit everyone's needs. And when I say everyone, I mean like you and your spouse, or even those sentimental items to your children. Okay, tangent, because I said sentimental items to their children. My big thing is teaching my children how to recognize, acknowledge, and understand when something, a toy, an item, is no longer bringing them value or joy to their life, and it's time to go make someone else happy. I tell them that we're very fortunate and we're very blessed to be in the situation that we're in, the position that we're in, and sometimes what we have can be better used by someone else. This stuff can also be passed on to your children, because again, it's about being a good steward of what we have, and can't possibly take care of all that stuff. Now, one question I do have, or I would be interested to see, is how do we take this minimalism or intentional living aspect and apply it to work? So for me, I'm in the Army, and I get a lot of gear, but I keep it all stored away neatly or whatnot. But as far as like work clothes, I wear the same thing every day for the most part. Well, yeah, it's either my uniform, like duty day uniform, my dress uniform, or like my PT's, my workout uniform. But I would love to see how this like carries over to work. Like, do you reduce your number of work bags by season? Do you just have one work bag? Do you buy a lot of office supplies? Do you have minimal office supplies? Like, how does that work? What does your desk look like? Because like, I've seen some desk cubicles that are all out, family history, whole career history, everything right there in the desk. But then you have mine that's just like a water bottle, a notebook, and a pen. But I have other reasons for that too. I don't want to get too comfortable because I am a living, growing person. So I'm always looking for what's next. And once I get too comfortable, in my opinion, I feel like I have solidified where I'm at. And it might take me longer to get to the next step that I'm trying to get to. But that's just a me thing or whatnot. But that's something to think about. Like, are you a living, growing person always trying to get to what's next? Or are you focused on where you're at and you're just going to enjoy the moment and just go with the flow? Who knows? So when it comes to my plans for intentional living in 2024, I don't really have any major big things on the horizon. One want is the Well juicer. And then my husband wants a treadmill. And I told him when we get a treadmill, we have to get rid of the elliptical. We don't absolutely need both. And I told him we should just take it to the Salvation Army or the Goodwill or something. We don't have a truck, but I do think the Salvation Army picks up. Or we could just put it on the side of the road for free pickup. But we're going to get rid of the elliptical and possibly get a treadmill. And that's something that we both will use. Those are like our two big things. My husband wants a treadmill and I want my juicer. And then I'm pretty sure everything else will just be small things we get throughout the year that we really need. Let me tell you, I really used to be a purse girly. And now I'm down to like maybe 4 or 5 main bags. So I have like a Coach carry-all, and then I have my Neverfull, then I have another small Coach purse, and I have this really cute purse I got from Amazon, and then my husband just got me the Bog bag, and I've seen purses and everything that I've liked since then. I like them, but I don't necessarily purchase them. Now I really do like the Louis Vuitton Pochette Medes. I might get that. I've been eyeing that for a few years, but in all honesty, after I got my Neverfull, the excitement was gone. Like, it's a good purse. Like, it carries a lot. That is my go-to travel bag, or if I'm going to be out all day, that's the bag. I really enjoy that bag. But again, I got it. And then I've always liked the Gucci Marmont bag, but that bag's like $3,500. Can I? Yes. Am I trying to? No, because I can justify that going somewhere else, like to our Peloton treadmill that we want. Do you live intentionally when it comes to your purchases? Are you a minimalist? How did you get there? How are you enjoying the journey? Or are you a maximalist and you're doing all the things? I'm telling you, I'm here for it. I just don't have the personality for it. I'm not that bold when it comes to those type of things. Like, again, nice neutral, white walls, tan, cream color, but nothing too crazy in gray. I absolutely love gray. But let me know what it looks like for you and your household, and how has it benefited you as a whole. Bye.